not to destroy. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushudemo. And you can join me live on Facebook, and our Facebook page is Xylophone 102.1 FM, and also on YouTube live, and that is Xylophone Media as our YouTube page. We are also live on Xylophone TV, live and colored. My name is certainly Blakk Rasta. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushudemo. And it's time, my brother, my sister, for action. My brother, my sister, we have so many different things to talk about today. And it is so interesting. I would like to start on this note. We need to talk. And of course, when we talk, my brother, my sister, we open our ears and our eyes so open to fresh information, so we are fair to everybody. My brother, my sister, I am dealing with this right from City Newsroom, and it's interesting. This one was published today, the 5th day of October 2021, and it says parts of Accra to experience power outages for about 2 months. And I read, parts of the greater Accra region are expected to experience power outages beginning today, Tuesday the 5th of October 2021 to December 3rd 2021. This was contained in a letter the Ghana Grid Company Limited, GRIDCO, wrote to the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, and cited by citynewsroom.com. Now, according to GRIDCO, this has become necessary to enable its team execute planned works within the Achimota-Malam corridors for the decommissioning and replacement of existing lines with new lighter capacity conductors. GRIDCO, in the said letter, said that the decision has become crucial to transfer as much load as possible to Pokwase, Achimota, Accra East and Tema in order to limit loading at Malam and Accra Central substations. The areas to be affected have been categorized into A, B, and C. Group A comprises Adabraka Old Timers, Mamprobi Choko Agege, Latebi Okoshe, Valco Trust, Teachers Hall, amongst others. And Group B, Apollo Theatre, Asylum Down, Adabraka Market, Kolegono, Sukura, Mamprobi Polyclinic, Jamestown, Mata Eco. Group C also includes Central Police Station, Cocoa Board, Kingsway, Abusokai, Choco, Apiadankwa, Graphic Press House, and SNIT, amongst others. My brother, my sister, so you have heard it. From today, some areas in Accra are going to be experiencing doomso. And the reason is that some works have to be done. They refer to those as planned works. My brother, my sister, the electricity problem in this country has become a recurrent one. In the past, we have seen how the so-called doomso, erratic power supply has disturbed this country. So many companies folded up. Others had to produce under capacity. A lot of unemployment was experienced because of doomso. Anytime we have doomso, my brother, my sister, the country suffers. Doomso has become the biggest problem this country has economically whenever it sets in, because the whole country relies on electricity for almost everything. So when there is an erratic power supply, everybody starts to cry. My brother, my sister, for some time now, doomso has not been experienced that much. in Accra. Now they are saying that they want to do some work. My prayer is that genuinely they are truly going to work, and not that they have run out of money. So they have decided to use tricks and lies, because these people cannot be trusted. They can say anything to make you uncomfortable so that they alone will be comfortable. Remember, when there is doomso, the ministers of state and the president himself never ever experienced that. We who are supposed to be the employers of these people, we are those who suffer, whilst the so-called servants enjoy. In the past, Ghana has been in the spotlight for good power supply. Just recently, a couple of days ago, my brother, my sister, Hank Anuku, came out boldly. A legend from Nollywood, the Nigerian film industry, to say that one of the things that really attracted him to Ghana is the fact that the power supply here is clean and good and stable. My brother, my sister, if this is one of our strongholds, I just want to send a message out there to Gritco, ECG, and all those people. Make sure that it's not one of those political tricks. Make sure that you work as fast as you can. As long as the power goes off, remember, hospitals suffer. People die. When the power goes off, there are accidents on the road, true or false. When the lights go off, burglary, stealing, I'm talking about, armed robbery would always increase. When the power goes off, there is unemployment. When the power goes off, there is total discomfort. And when your country is one that is noted for erratic power supply, aka dumso, tourism is affected. How many people would like to go to Nigeria? Today, my brother, my sister, only a few people are interested in going to Nigeria because of tourism. One, Boko Haram is tormenting the people there. Even for the 2 days that I went to Nigeria just last month, we were warned every second about Boko Haram, terrorism, erratic power supply, and that is so shameful. A great country like Nigeria, Ghana, you don't want to experience that. I did not intend to make this a whole lecture. I will leave it here. Treat the people good. Anytime there is a certain level of enjoyment in this country, it's only politicians who get that. But when they need a sacrifice, it is us who become the sacrifice on the altar. I leave it here. And to those areas that are going to be suffering the erratic power supply from today, I pray that you are able to contain it. I pray that not too many people will die in the hospitals. I also pray that not anybody would even die. That is my wish. But if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. I pray that accidents on the road would not happen. And I also pray that unemployment will be the last thing we'd hear about in a country that is that has unemployment as its middle name. Let's leave it here. And to God be the glory. Nigerians, clap for us. I've heard a lot of Nigerians say, even in their press, that in Ghana, when there is going to be a power outage, there is an announcement just like this. In Nigeria, who cares about announcement? The leaders don't respect the people. The people to them are nothing but some sort of animals. So they can take any decision against the people without the knowledge of the people. What a country. And Nigeria, with its population, my brother, my sister, cannot put pressure on their leaders to think like human beings. In this country, We do. We speak our mind. We make sure that our leaders do what they are supposed to do. And if they don't do, we chase them out. I leave it here, my brother, my sister. As I said, I did not intend to make this a whole lecture. So I leave it here. My brother, my sister, I'm going to look at the next thing. And it's interesting. I need you to open your ears and listen with rapt attention. This one is coming from My Joy Online, and it was published today, the 5th of October, 2021, written by one Kwesi Parker Wilson. And it says, I am committed to breaking the 8 in spite of who leads NPP in 2024. That's Bawumia. Good. I read. Vice President Dr. Mahmoudou Bawumia says he is committed to ensure the breaking of the 8-year electoral cycle despite who becomes the flag bearer of the party. Dr. Bawumia, who was declared his ambition to run for president, argues that resourcing and strengthening the party's internal structures would cushion the NPP to realize its aim of retaining power in 2024. Senior advisor to the Vice President, Fred Oware, speaking on behalf of the Vice President, observed that over 700,000 Ghana cedis has been allocated to support party organization at all levels. I am sure the party leadership, right from the national to the polling station, that he is very well pleased with the way and manner this party has been managed for the past 4 years. I'll leave it here. This is Bawumia talking. I don't know who takes him serious anymore in this country. This is a comedian. Everybody knows that. Even his party calls him a comedian. It's so sad that an honorable gentleman with a lot of life and dignity from the start has reduced himself to a lying non-entity. It's so hurting. The Jamaican would say, it burns my belly. If he said this. When Bawumia came on the scene, a lot of Muslims and a lot of northern people and even people from the south hailed him. They saw him as the savior, a man who spoke economics and even made Adam Smith shiver skeletally in his grave. Somebody won't understand this. My brother, my sister, those of you who have studied at least a bit of economics, I am a land economist. I studied economics at the university, and to God be the glory, humbly. I must say that when Bawumia taught economics, we all shivered as students of economics. Even Adam Smith, the father of economics, my brother, my sister, shivered skeletally in his grave. If he had a chance, he will come back as a ghost and award Bawumia for his economics. But my brother, my sister, the good gentleman who had some stints with the World Bank, the IMF, and all those organizations, decided to reduce himself to a circus clown full of lies. He was used as a boy from the party to do the dirty works of this dirty party. My brother, my sister, he lied to his own people from the north, lied to his own Muslim folk, and today there is not one Muslim who wants to listen to Bawumia. Today, I wonder how many Northerners still would sit back and listen to Bawumia. My brother, my sister, and to make it worse, just yesterday, I saw some photographs. Alan Chremartin campaigning. And he had these pretty girls holding some placards. And what did the two placards say? One of them said that Alan Chematin is a practical economist. The other placard said Alan Chematin is a truthful economist. You need a practical economist to lead this party. You need a truthful economist to lead this party. So you ask yourself, is there an economist in the party who is not practical? Is there an economist in the party who is not truthful? And all fingers are pointing at Baumia, the boy who did all the dirty work for his party. And today he has become a villain. And to make it triple worse, in Jamaica they say, Warsara. His own president, Nana Akufo-Addo, the old sleepy president, sky buffing president, oversized suit wearing president, went all the way to the Otumfuo. And the only two names that came into his head who are interested in running as flag bearers of his party, Alan Chematin and Efri Yakuto. In fact, nobody would even think about giving Efri Yakuto any chance. This is an old man with no brains, an arrogant old man who lies. The only person who beat him with lies is Baumia. Planting for jobs has become a fiasco. Planting for jobs has become a disaster of a fleeting illusion. All he knows to do is to shout at young journalists and tell them, my grandson is older than you. How dare you speak to me like that? Crazy assholes. Hear me now. Remember, we are the employers. We are those who put you in there. We are those paying you. It's not about your age. You could be 1 million years, and if I am even 2 years, as long as I have my thumbprint putting you in there legally, you are answerable to me. But these are arrogant guys with no brains who talk as if there's kerosene in their brains. And it's so hurting. These are the two people. Alan Chematin looks like a gentleman, but I don't trust him. Because he's told me before personally, oh, Blakk Rasta, I love your music. Oh, wow. We met at a British get-together with John Benjamin and all those people. I think a couple of years ago, 3 years. I love your music. Yeah, you're doing, I want you to go to Ethiopia. I'm going to take you to Ethiopia. Call me next week so that you go and, so you blah, 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 boom, boom, political talk. And gave me his card. I took the card. From that time, I have called him, my brother, my sister. Maybe he's waiting for Jesus Christ to come before he will answer the call. And when you go to his office, they are like demigods. You can't see them. How can you trust a man like that? They are not ready to serve. They are ready to loot. I don't respect those people. My brother, my sister, you are not even president yet. You can talk nicely to people and get all the accolades and people to clap for you. And when it comes to delivering, you are nowhere to be found. How can you trust a guy like this? My brother, my sister, I have a problem. When you go to America and you meet a mayor or even the equivalent of an MP, a senator, and he speaks to you with respect. And if you have an appointment, before you arrive, maybe they would even call you and tell you, say, you have an appointment at this time with the mayor or with the senator. Before you arrive, the gates are already opened. Not in our country. They are demigods. They are bigger than God. They don't respect us. And they cannot be fully blamed. We are also part of the problem because we run after them to beg them for the same money we pay them. So a lot of them are forced to steal in order to please themselves and to please us. My brother, my sister, until the people come to that common understanding that, hey, we are the employers of these guys, therefore they are answerable to us, they need to respect us. We don't have to go to them cup in hand. All we need to do is to demand. If I am employing you for you to give employment to my children and my children's children and to some other unemployed people, you have no right to sit down there and wait for me, an unemployed person, to come to the one that I employed to be able to get some peanut, some stipends. This might be too deep for some people to understand, but you have no choice. You got to understand it. My brother, my sister. So Baumia, the lying comedian, now is saying that, no matter who wins the flag bearership, we are bent on breaking the 8. Yes, they will use you as an errand boy. That's what you are good for. I won't be surprised if Alan becomes the flag bearer and Baumia becomes his errand boy as usual. These guys have no shame, and he can still be vice president to Alan. He doesn't care. Alan can tell this guy here, you know what? Just push me, let me become the flag bearer. When I win, you become the vice president, and we will make it. And this guy will agree. Look at the people who are interested in becoming president. They are all accounts. This is an account party. I hate it when I have to talk tribal, ethnicity, but that's the truth. That's the truth, brethren. So when I see a gentleman who was descended so low and is now so crestfallen, it hurts me. And you see the way I speak? When I meet them, that's the same way I speak to them. You are scared of them. I am not. Because I'm looking at my children who are growing. My little firstborn is already 16. The other day I checked his birth certificate and I saw 16. I said, blood and fire, blouse and skirts. So soon? Hey, very soon he's going to start dating. Phone bills are going to increase. My brother, my sister, and things are going to skyrocket. And if the nation continues to be like this, I will become a nitwit. I don't want to be a nitwit. I don't want to be a fry in the sea. Else I would become nothing but a prey. Some people won't understand this. But that's the truth. In our country, we are devoid of common sense. We don't look at the future. We are looking at the present. No wonder your religious books are all telling you, forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself, and deal with today. Because we have no wisdom, we don't seem to see what it is. Everybody wants to eat now. Didi prekun. Nobody is thinking about didida. Think about it, brethren. Baumia says, oh, he is going to support to break the 8. And what is breaking the 8? Normally after 8 years in power by one party, it automatically gets off. People are fed up with them. He says they are going to break the 8, whether he's there or not. He will go to Agbogloshi and tell the Kaya people, most of who are from the north, Wale, Tamale, Bolgatanga, and all those places where poverty has become the middle name of that region. Are you not sad that you move from Accra, go through Kumasi, and when you are coming down, you see the level of the lives of the people? The moment you enter the northern region, it's all a different caboodle. It looks like you have entered a different country. And our politicians are making it worse for our people. It hurts me, brethren. It hurts me. It hurts me. They always play play on the minds of the people. And when they get whatever they want, they give it to other people and satisfy themselves, full of ego. Baumia says he is going to break the 8 no matter who wins. He knows that his people would always say, yeah, no matter how much lies he tells them. May God remove these people. May God take them up in the skies and let all of them continue to bath there and never return. That's where they belong. In the air, in the skies. Let them go there and watch all the Van Damme movies. Let them bath and bath. Like ducks, doko. They should be there. Dabo. To God be the glory. I leave them to break their own necks, not the 8. We leave them here. My brother, my sister, I'm going to tackle the next thing quick. This one is also taken from my Joy Online. It's also on City Newsroom and some other such websites. And it says, Ken Oforiatta has not resigned. That's Finance Ministry. And this one was published today, the 5th of October 2021. I read, the Finance Ministry has dismissed speculations and social media platforms that the Finance Minister, Ken Oforiatta, has resigned. In a statement, he said there's no truth in the rumors. The ministry wishes to assure the general public that there is no truth in these rumors. Mr. Ken Oforiatta is at post and focused on his mandate given to him by His Excellency the President to serve the people of Ghana in his capacity as Finance Minister. It explained. There's no smoke ever without fire. Even if you are doing kanjori and we see smoke, when we follow it, we'll see some fire somewhere. If Oforiatta has sat back to realize that his party is nothing but a skullduggery party, somebody won't understand this. I break it down. If his party realizes, or he sits back and realizes that his party is nothing but a tricky one, treacherous one, and he has a little bit of name, the size of the eye of a needle, that he wants to hold back and protect, he might just say, enough is enough, I'm going away. My brother, my sister, hey, hear me now. Ken Oforiatta is here. We all heard about Data Bank. We all heard about how much they borrowed and keep borrowing, and how much Data Bank and some other banks earn whenever Ghana borrows money. Interesting. Hey, the country goes to borrow money, and the bank that the money passes through belongs to the president's nephew, or is it cousin, or is it uncle, whatever. My brother, my sister. So they will borrow until Jesus Christ comes. The more they borrow and saddle you and all other well-meaning taxpayers in order to make money, they will do that. To Ken Oforiatta, if you have truly resigned and they have talked to you to stay, remember posterity. Don't let them tell you, oh, you know how the party, if you leave right now, there will be a lot of rumor mongering and all that. Well, if you believe in your name, and if you believe in a good name is better than riches, death before dishonor is unto you. All the websites are carrying it. What happened? How did the rumor come out that you have resigned? There must be something in the soup. There is something in the soup. To God be the glory. I leave it here. We have so many things to talk about, so let's not waste too much time on some of these things. Now, this one was published by Peace FM, and this was yesterday, the 4th of October 2021, and it says, Ayawaso West Wagon by-election incident. Stop the hypocritical attitude. John Boedu tells Mahama. I hope you all remember John Boedu. That's the guy who, I think is a general secretary or something of NPP or something. This is the same guy who said he went to the Galamsey sites to rescue the excavators, those machines, the excavators of his party members, and that is his job. Hear this. My job is to go to the Galamsey site. The command that came from the president that all excavators should be bent, I will make sure that I overturn that. Get the excavators of my party members, NPP, give it back to them, and burn those ones that belong to other parties. To God be the glory. Somebody say amen. Just Google it. You see it. Everything we say here is so fair, so clean, and so truthful. There's no need for politics. We don't need it. That's the truth. Ghana first. Hear me now. I read. He says, Ayawaso West Wagon by-election incident. Stop the hypocritical attitude. John Boydu tells Mahama. And I read. General Secretary of the ruling New Patriotic Party, NPP, John Boydu, has described former President John Dramani Mahama as a hypocrite in his quest to lead the NDC in the next election. This follows John Mahama's promise that the NDC, when voted back into power, will ensure that compensations due the victims of Ayawaso West Wagon by-election will be given to them. John Mahama said this when he met with the victims and families of the Ayawaso West Wagon incident. The victims claim they have not received a dime from the Akufo-Addo-led government despite the recommendations of the Emil Short Commission. Speaking to News Neat FM's morning show, Ghana Muntie, John Boydu said Mr. Mahama turned deaf ears to a similar incident when in power, after urging the Nana Addo-led government to quickly attend to the victims as recommended. When will the NDC come to power to help these people, he questioned. He, however, wondered about the sudden interest by the ex-president Mahama to help victims when his government did nothing to help others in the past. Sometimes he thinks we have short memories. He said, former President Mahama has been a hypocrite. He must put a stop to it. There are equally victims of violence from his government. What has been done to those people and their families? You see the stupidity of Ghanaians. Look, listen, Ghanaians are so good with this other person did it and nothing happened to him. Therefore, this one who is doing it, nothing should happen to him again. Foolishness. This is what John Boydu is saying. During Mahama's tenure of office, some things like this happened. He turned deaf ears, according to this publication, to those things. So, because he turned deaf ears to this government has the right to do the same thing. If Mahama was good, we would have kept him. If Mahama was our teddy bear, we would have still kept him close to our hearts and pampering him. Poke, 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 poke. But we chopped him off like a bad habit and brought your sleepy president in. I hate it when Ghanaians, and a lot of Ghanaians are that stupid and foolish. This person did this and nothing happened. Therefore, this one has the right to also do it. Jesus have mercy. Listen, Ayawaso West Wagon. For the first time, we saw masked soldiers in Ghana. Long before COVID-19 came, we saw soldiers wearing masks and holding guns that they were not even taught properly how to handle. True or false? How many of you follow the Emil Short Commission, whatever, sittings? We saw illiterate soldier men, aka party foot soldiers, who were rewarded with these terrorism acts because they supported a party to come into power. Hey, we all saw how a sitting MP was slapped, and the sound of the slap sounded like an exploding bomb in Afghanistan. We all saw how Sam George was slapped with all his weight. He deflated like a balloon on heat. My God have mercy. And when the Emil Short Commission, Emil Short is a man of dignity and respect. I respect that man. Former boss, my brother, my sister, former boss of Shrag. At the end of the day, my brother, my sister, when the commission came out with his findings, upon Nkrumah, these days he's been quiet. He doesn't want to behave like Baumia, being used to do the dirty work of this sleeping party. He came out with the arrogance, holding the paper. The commission has come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We agree with 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest we don't agree. So much arrogance. I watched this guy on TV and I'm like, hey, what the heck is happening to us in this country? A commission that has been commissioned. Sittings were paid for by the poor taxpayer of this country. Look how they were drinking tea and enjoying chibom right on set. My brother, my sister, look at the logistics that were made available to the Emil Short Commission. As to how much they were paid at the end of it all, the Pandora Papers shall reveal. Jesus have mercy. Hear me now. Only for this party in government, this nepotistic party, to come out and tell us that yes, the committee has finished its sittings and blah 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 blah, and we don't take this, we don't agree with this, we don't agree with this, we don't agree with this, we will work with OABC. And I'm like, hey, Emil Short Commission, these are its recommendations. People are supposed to be compensated. Up till now, not a dime has been paid them. And all a party general secretary could say is this foolishness. John Boydo, you have made all these guys demigods. They talk to you as if you were toddlers. Rise above that toddler stage. Don't give them the chance to look down on you. No, sir. Who are they? Have you forgotten that you employed all these guys? Now they talk to you as if they bettered you. You can go to a Galamsey site and pick up excavators that belong to your party members and give it back to them. Those that belong to other parties, no, they are non-Ghanaian. No, they are alien. No, they live on Mars. No, they live on Jupiter. So burn them. So you touch all of them. And you are applauded because you serve your party better than the nation. Hallelujah. Let's get wise. If Mahama was that good, would we have chased him out like a bad habit? When Mahama was in power and he was flaunting money and throwing it away as if he was the one cutting the money in his house. When Mahama was in power, corruption was like a galloping horse. But Nana Addo has come into power and corruption has become air. It's all over the place. Just open your nose and you smell corruption. Even in the deepest hole you find yourself. I keep saying it. If corruption was a university, Mahama would only be a student, first year student in that university of corruption, and Nana Addo will be professor emeritus. Hallelujah. Some people won't get this till they drink cocoa tonight. John Boedu, these are the people who are leading the party. Mahama is a hypocrite. Yes, he's a hypocrite. That's why we kicked him out. So you too, you are what? You are following the footsteps of Mahama. The same steps he followed and fell. And who says a hypocrite cannot decide that, hey, I've played the hypocrite for too long. Let me now deal with our country. We've seen people who have come back better. We kicked Mahama out. Maybe he has sat back and has realized that, hey, remember Mahama has apologized to us before. that he didn't do his best when he was in power. How many presidents or former presidents will be bold enough to say that? That's why I like Obama. Obama, with all the prowess and all the action and all the whatever, he accepted that, hey, the greatest failure in his office was that he aided in the killing of Gaddafi. Live on TV. How many people would agree wholeheartedly to carry this kind of attack like an albatross around their necks? So you see, Mahama should stop being a hypocrite. In his party, there are this, and he hasn't said anything. And similar things happen, and blah, blah, blah. So, Nanado can also do the same old trash. Why Ghanaians like that? You are saying something. You are dealing with an issue that has to be, that has to talk about housing. Somebody who is supposed to be a party communicator comes in to attack you and is talking about your father whose sore is refusing to heal. Are you a human being? Do you have sense? They are behaving like cartoon characters, caricatures. We are talking about housing. You understand how 20% of Ghanaians and even more are sleeping in kiosks according to the census that we just had. And the party communicator said, "Jai kosasem no, u papa or fie no, say Gary no, or you know, things like that. Your father who is in the house, his sore is refusing to heal. Your father who is sleeping in the house, he slept with a madman, a mad woman 25 years ago. What did we say? What has that got to do with what we're talking about? That is what Kennedy Japan is so good at. And he's your demigod. He's your king. Kennedy Japan. The moment you are talking about a certain content, he's a master blackmailer. Oh, look at this guy talking. Your father is a useless man. Your father the other day went to borrow 2 cedis, he didn't pay. Look at that idiot. Your mother was a prostitute. What is that? Intellectual discourse. And people bringing blackmailing stuff to try and make it look like they are making some sense. That is why these white people will be ahead of us for a long time if we don't reason. When they sit down to discuss, they discuss their countries. They have no time for who is sleeping with who. They have no time for whose sexuality is what. They have no time for who is Gary and who is Stones. What they have time for is equal rights and justice. That's what they talk about, true or false. And we are busily talking about whose cooking pot has no fish inside, whose cooking pot is full of monko, who is hiding and sleeping with who. Trash, brother dash. I leave it here. My brother, my sister, we are still talking. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. I'm reading this from Ghana Web, and this one says, is it not sheer wickedness to humanity for Akufo-Addo to demolish La Hospital? And this is Stan Dogbe asking. And you all know Stan Dogbe. He used to be with Joy FM. Well, they had some issues there and some other things. And then I think he's become a better person after that. He was also in the office of President Mahama. He did all he could. We also remember him for slapping journalists. A journalist who slapped journalists. We all remember that. So when we mention them, we give you a background of who they are. Yes, sometimes when people are in power, they forget that power is temporary. Power is very temporary. Power is so temporal and temporary. Hallelujah. Some people won't understand this. This is not an English class. I would have differentiated that. Let's leave it there for the English tutors. Hear me now. Stan Dogbe is saying something, and I'm going to read. He says, Stan Hose Dogbe, I hope I got that name right, a former presidential staffer under the John Dramani Mahama administration, has asked if it is not wickedness to humanity for President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to demolish the La General Hospital, and for many years after, there has not been a block laid. According to him, the callous and inhuman decision of the president has affected several people within the catchment area that the health facility used to serve. I leave it here. Hear me now. What Stan Dogbe is saying is nothing but the truth. It's something we have talked about time and again. La. I have told you already. Why are you not going on a demonstration? Write to the police, all the chiefs in La. All you are interested in is homo walk pekle. That you are throwing pekle around and drinking a petition. That's all you are interested in. Your hospital, which is supposed to serve your people, has been demolished. For how many years now? It has become a playground for little children. All you are thinking about is the next homo war. So you can go and throw pekle and drink apitechi all over the place. The people deserve better. Listen, chieftaincy is not supposed to be permanent. The people of La, if you realize that your chiefs are not serving you good, kick them out. By some kind of tradition that, oh, this man would have to be there till he dies, and the man is not treating you right, you will not be very, very, very smart to keep this kind of a habit, bad habit amongst you. The people of La must stand up. The people of La must stand up. Very nice building. They never renovated it for only God knows how long. I went to the hospital there several times. I had friends there. And I saw how the hospital was running. All of a sudden, the sword-cutting happy president, he's going around cutting sword all over the place. This president will go down in history as the most sword-cutting president in the world. Even Napoleon Bonaparte will envy him. He will cut sword for 1 million projects and only one will be completed halfway. What a president. He demolished the hospital and promised the people, having come to paste a certain kind of design, that the hospital would now look like this. 88 hospitals. It probably was one of those. Then all of a sudden, after sky bathing and speaking with the demons in the skies there, he returned and said, now it's going to be 110. This is what he said. Sword cutting ceremony, reconstruction of La Hospital, Tuesday, 11th August, 2020, 2 years gone. Look at it. He put his photograph there, waving at the people so they could win elections quickly. And then they put this thing, this design there. Oh, this is how it's going to look like. His Excellency, special guest of honor, Nana Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, will be there to lecture you on how this thing is going to be done. And it's going to be done by Poly Changda of Overseas Engineering Company Limited. Poly Changda is in Jupiter, sitting on Jupiter. He just moved to Venus, still sitting there as aliens. They are yet to descend to do this hospital. My brother, my sister, look at the design they gave the hospital. And the chiefs of the area were so happy. Of course, every chief will be happy. But 2 years down the line, not even a foundation, not even one block. That is nothing but wickedness to humanity. Only God knows how many people have died because of the non-performance of an irresponsible behavior that happened to this hospital. To God be the glory. My brother, my sister, we leave it here. They cut sword. They are happy. The president was in Kumasi. I heard he cut another sword there. Of course. He is cutting sword. Even in his dreams, as he's sleeping, he's cutting sword. As I said, anybody can cut sword. My 2-year-old at home can cut sword. All you need is a trowel or a shovel. Hit the ground, and people will clap for you. Then you go home and sleep. To God be the glory. So Stan Dogbe is asking, is this not wickedness? And this was published today, Tuesday, the 5th of October, 2021. I've talked about this over and over. It looks like I'm even a chief at La. Maybe they should make me an honorary chief. I have talked about this hospital more than anybody in Ghana. True or false? Before people even started talking about it, I spoke about it over and over. Until this hospital is built, our mouths will not be sealed. I leave it here, my brethren. Yes, I leave it here. Hey, Jesus have mercy. My brother, my sister, we still have a number of things we need to look at. But we're going to take it easy and then we let it hang. I hear the Black Stars are going to play Zimbabwe, right? The Black Stars are getting ready to play Zimbabwe. And Coach Milo is the one responsible, right? We wish him all the best and we hope that he'll be able to do at least some of the things that he did the last time. But I keep saying, until Ghana starts to look inward and appreciate what is inward, we will continue to be a begging nation, even to entertain ourselves. We need somebody to be head of entertainment, football. When you look at things like this, you begin to feel some way. We wish him all the best. When he coached Ghana, he was able to take us to the Black Stars. We were so happy. But his market increased. And quickly, what did he do? He decided to leave us. Yeah. Because he had a better deal. He left us. And to God be the glory. As posterity would have it, he failed in every other thing he did after Ghana. His name slumped into nothingness. And now, he is coming to Ghana to try to get a certain amount of glory so he can live again. I don't support this coach. I don't like it. I leave it here. I have a few more minutes to go. I'll look at this. Now, this one I'm reading from Ghana Web. And this was published today, the 5th of October. And it says, oh, Jesus have mercy. Thieves steal crash barriers worth $3,500 on Pokwasi interchange. Thieves. It's serious. I read. A Daily Graphic report has indicated that some unscrupulous persons have stolen 10 crash barriers on the newly constructed Pokwasi interchange. It noted that the 4 crash barriers, numbering 10, cost $3,500. The purpose of these crash barriers is to prevent moving vehicles from falling off over to the road from Kwabenya towards the interchange to prevent accidents. Oh, you are. Contractor has come to build the road. Crash barriers are put in there. It is one of the most picturesque views and scenes we have in the capital. In fact, the whole nation. That is the only interchange of its kind in this country. How many tires? 3 tires. First one, second one, third one. 3 tires. So splendid. Magnificent. Picturesque. Look at it. Had it it not been the houses around it, my brother, my sister, this could qualify to be anywhere in the world that is seen as developed. A week after this one was launched, there was somebody under there pounding fufu. Hey, hey, hey. 3 weeks after that, thieves are busily stealing crash barriers to sell as scraps to Chinese. If this is not witchcraft, then it must be wizardry. And if it is not wizardry, then it's raw wickedness. My brother, my sister, I'm not going to hold brief for anybody, but let me leave you with an African proverb. The child that is not shown love by the community will burn the whole community to keep warm. Should I repeat? The child that is not shown love by the community will burn the whole community to keep warm. Now, when we talk about love, we talk about warmth, right? If the child is not shown love, it means the child is not given any warmth. So the child will burn the community in order to get some level of warmth. What's the proverb saying? Kukru kukru nu jaya, kike kike no subejai. Work on the attitudes of the people. Stop teaching them thievery and robbery as if that was the new virtue. All they see you do is stealing. They watch TV, see you stealing. All your legacies are the legacies of thievery. So they become little thieves. Attitude, patriotism. To God be the glory. I leave it here. Too much sloganism, sloganeering, no action will lead us to these growing petty thieves who become armed robbers and then politicians later. To God be the glory. My name Blakk Rasta. I leave you here. I love you. Yes. Let's go.